Well, it's rigging day, where we are fitting everything into the Rover that we have ever intended to do, and we are changing some of the storage systems and just kind of making sure we have everything out and set up and thought through before we start traveling this summer and this spring. And then we'll work on getting it all stowed back in. And we know it all fits nicely, but we have some neat new modular ways to do that. Let's just do a quick summary video of everything we've done here with this 64 Series 2A 109. And you immediately realize, wait, there's something going on here inside. Now, I consider this kind of my concealed carry truck. From the outside, it looks perfectly normal and looks gutless. Looks like it's got a little 2¼ liter 4-cylinder in it. And it actually does have the power to safely get my wife and I where we need to get to. And you might just scoff at yourself saying, I didn't need that. Well, you would be incorrect because you don't know the whole story. We live at the top of the mountain here in Colorado, and getting up the freeway to our home, the best we could muster was 35 miles an hour. That is a problem when this is your daily driver truck. And for a couple of years it was. And I drove it for a year and a half stock, and I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I hope you can respect the fact that we did everything we could to keep the outside just cherry. And the only thing from the outside that's not original will be these black framed windscreen and the stripe down the side that's usually galvanized. The original owner, I found pictures of this online through 3 different owners, and the original owner out of British Columbia, or who might have been the second owner, but anyway, this is what they did. And I liked that black color, so I left it. I thought it tied in nicely with the pastel green. The only thing you'll find, obviously, is the air intake has been moved to here, and while I was at it, I just kind of decided to do my one little guilty decision, which is I like the look of the heater intake port on the side of a Series 3, so I added it to my Series 2. It's the one weird thing I did. You might argue with other things, but anyway, that's it. From the outside, you really can't tell other than what I've just shown you. P38 Land Rover power steering conversion. The box down here lower and the reservoir as well here. We had to go with the shallower 3-inch deep, 7-inch wide LED lights from Truck Light, and what you see is what you get. I've really been pleased with how well it's running now. The only little overheating issue we had is I didn't realize I had blown my radiator cap in a previous problem I had with a test engine that I put in when we first did the Resto-Mod. I bought a 120,000 mile engine off of eBay for super cheap, and we did all of our fitting with it, and it didn't last too long. And in fact, I drove it to Texas hoping I could kill it so that I could tell my wife I needed a new engine. Did I do that? Oh, I don't know. Anyways, I'd blown the radiator cap, and I just, in all the thinking of fixing everything, didn't realize that was warped, and I couldn't keep pressure, and if you can't keep pressure, you can't keep temperature, and if you can't keep temperature, you're going to overheat. Problem solved so far. Okay, let's look just a really quick summary of what else is going on in here. We tried to keep the dashboard as simple as possible with some customizations in as well. The 302 V8 mounts to an MP435 transmission, mounts to an advanced adapter that would go to a Dana, but then there's an advanced adapter that takes you from a Dana down to the original transfer case, and then I do have the original transfer case with everything running in both directions on customized drive shafts. I have the Salisbury rear end, which is the beefier rear end, which can handle the torque, so no, you were wrong on that thought process if you thought I was killing my differential and gearing back there. I am not. Inverter inside the system, battery, solenoid, inverter under the seat, secondary battery in the rear, front and rear floodlights, interior cab lights. I added one in the back as well. And then we'll talk about what's coming through my roof there if you haven't seen my other video to understand that yet. But I do have the ability to pull a canopy off of my roof line, and that's what that is. The Rover Drive transmission has made it to where I will never have a PTO in here ever again, but I do have 800 less RPMs when driving, when engaged, and it is freaking awesome. In my install video, I mentioned that I've got a high-pitch wind I wasn't sure what to do with. Well, that has gone away. This has broken in. Another great product with another great company, Global Roamer. Great, great, great stuff. So from there, my inverter, well, I do have the ability to trickle charge my truck, so I have a plug that comes out the side here, and I just want to not driving this truck quite as regularly now. It does charge the batteries. You might have noticed from my dual battery setup, if you can see, I have just killed these batteries over the winter, it's time to make sure we have fresh ones for the trip. But anyway, the other thing that we did in here is I have a Bosch power cube. I'm not sure if that's what they call it, but anyway, 4 ports for power if I need it. Radio, stereo, ability to charge an 18-volt Bosch battery, and I can take the entire cube on battery power out and just take it outside and not have it in here. And so this is my stereo when I drive. It works just fine. The other thing we did is we went back and got some E-Track from Cargo Solutions. I think it was US Cargo Solutions, and we got some of these heavy-duty, I think they're 7-inch straps, but this gave us some cargo points for the car seats that are very, very bomber. And so there's the car seat base, and that one's attached. There's 2 more attachment points here for my other twin daughter, and we're good to go there. Again, my roof line, you'll notice that in some other videos. Look those up if you like. This is the roof tent, rooftop tent cover that is kind of right now just protruding through. We added a light here yesterday. I have yet to bring power to it. We'll figure out how I'm going to go into the truck, which I'm not excited about, but power, and lighting for the dining area and general camp area. This table right now was kind of an experiment. We cut a wash basin into it. We certainly didn't want to drain out onto the ground where we're hanging out, so we just used a regular bowl, which my wife was happy to donate. But it was an experiment, and I think I'm going to go longer now. I'm going to come all the way out to the end, all the way out to the corner. Because my inverter's on, I have the ability to power appliances here, and for my buddies who like cocktails after a drive or after a hike, we've got the ability to do that. And that is what we're doing here. Now the wash basin and the shorter table I know is going to go over to the other side. At the very least, we'll have one wash basin on that side for kind of cleanup, and for shaving and showering, that kind of side will be the other side of the truck, away from the main living area of the truck. Or the campground, I should say. We went in and got one more table, which will fold and stow underneath the rooftop tent on the roof rack. But one more table we realized was just a necessity from how much we were stealing the other table and could never eat with it. We've gone to the Wolfpack and Cubpack storage systems from Front Runner Outfitters. Allows us to have a modular kind of setup. This is my tools and recovery gear, because this is a Land Rover after all. And then back here is where my power for my refrigerator can be activated if I want to just quickly undo the refrigerator. I can. And then I've got USB ports and power ports back here as well, related to the dual battery system that I have under the seat. This is a refrigerator that is as old as I am, that we're hoping dies at some point, knock on wood. I didn't just say that. But it is set up to, if I want to, I could slide the refrigerator section out, or I can slide it back. If I want to just pull out the stove section like I've done here, I can. Now, of course, what this does is the table, the little platform that this is sitting on, comes out, folds in half. The stove stows. We're in the process of cleaning it. It sets in, bottle comes off, cutting board slides over it all, drawer slides in, and we're stowed and ready to go. And so that is basically our kitchen area. And again, I can pull the refrigerator out independently, or I can pull the stove top out independently. Now over here on this side, we do intend to have our solar shower bag hanging off here, 45-liter Front Runner water container. I put it on this side for weight because the awning's on the other side, and so there is a hose kit that will just run along the top inside the rack, and then there'll be a faucet on that side, is the current plan. Now, because I have a basin here in the solar shower, I can easily steal water from the solar shower if I need to for a basin that's going to come on this side for that smaller table. The other table I hadn't really planned necessarily on putting a basin into it on the other side. I just wanted more table space, but I might, because I'm gonna have water over there now. I just don't know quite yet exactly what I'm gonna do there, but when I get the hose set, I'll figure that out. Obviously, some other attachments on this side and the rooftop tent. I don't think I mentioned that we did the disc brake conversion as well on this Series 2 A64109, but we did. We did disc brakes as well from the Rover's North group. I kind of feel like I did say that earlier, but anyway, and of course 2 camping high chairs to go along with our living area. So yeah, if you'd like any detail on any of that, or the actual restoration modification project itself, you can certainly find those in my other videos. I think I have like 35 or 36 videos now in this series, but yeah. And it would be silly not to show you the currently ready to go kinda interior of our rooftop tent from Cascadia Vehicle Tents. Bobby Culpepper, awesome guy, great company, we're excited. And that's where you put your shoes. Alright guys, thanks a lot. Have a great one. Wish us luck.